We're from Austin, Texas, home of keeping it weird. And we're looking for a house to restore, but not just any house, a special kind of a house. The one with a story and the history, the spooky one, the one you might avoid on a dark night. So come along as we search for just the right house somewhere in a small town in Texas.
It's painful to watch you struggle.
Hey, I did most of them. I have like one left. Relax. See?
Boom. Badass. That there's a pretty hefty splinter.
Where is it? I can't even see it.
You see the line on my thumb?
This?
Yeah, that'd be where the piece of wood is now.
Shut the f up. Are you serious? How did you do that?
Well, clearly it was the piece of wood that you were cutting has now injured me permanently. Probably maimed for life.
But how can I get it out?
You can not worry about it, and we'll... Do you want to go home? I don't know.
I have no idea how you did that.
I don't know. Let's go find some nails. Band-aids. Yes, the mighty Murano does it again. Except that doesn't close. Just push harder. And yes, we could have drove the truck, but there's no air conditioning. Somebody gets the hots and complainies. We could have drove the trailer, but...
First of all, we don't need the trailer to pick up 4 pieces of wood and some trim. Second of all, I don't like to be hot. It is 90 degrees with about 190% humidity, and there's no reason when the mighty Murano can withstand it. You know, it's fine. We just have a little extra. It's fine.
Yeah, so when you go to the Home Depot and you're a girl and you stuff the items into your mighty SUV, you look like a hero. When you're a dude and you show up to the Home Depot and you're throwing stuff in your wife's SUV, you look like kind of a, you know, like an a-hole. So.
Well, it doesn't matter because he's with me, so.
Had to make sure we park deep in the parking lot so none of the other men seeing me doing this. Nice.
They do the same thing. We do actually get things done, I promise. Well, I was on my way to the house to meet a gentleman from a leveling company to let us know how much it was going to cost to level the house. He told me lunchtime. It's like 10:30. I guess lunch is before lunch. I don't know, but he's already gone and been. And I was gonna try and get some video coverage for you, but too bad, so sad. He's already been and gone and quoted us like 12 grand to level the house and get a couple other quotes and just see where we're at. We might end up having to do get some jacks and do some things ourselves, which I'm not interested in doing because I'm not crawling underneath that house. But I definitely am not going to pay 12 grand. I'm still going to the house because I was already on my way. I'm going to go and scrape some more wallpaper and scrape the paint from around the windows and just do a few little things while I can. If the town can figure out its water situation, I like it here. It's peaceful. Every time I come to this house, it's quiet. There's hardly any cars that drive by. No neighbors, you know, I mean, there are some neighbors, but I mean, we're on an 1.5 acres, so they're kind of far away. I mean, I like it here. I like the house. She does need a lot of work, and the potential of not being able to recoup the cost of doing all the work is, discouraging, but we're gonna press on and do the best that we can every day, just the two of us, and call in professionals when needed. But for today, it's just gonna be little old me scraping windows. So let me show you what I'm doing. I still can't tell you how irritated I am that they took the handrail off. Look at right there, that little square. There was a lion, concrete lion. I have 2 of them. There's the other one right there. They sat here, and then you had the handrail that they took off. So getting up the stairs, and yes, these are crooked because they're not level, is kind of scary. So, still don't know why they did that. Anyways, I'll ask myself those questions all day long. And they painted the windowsill, but do you see all the paint? It's just, why? Never scraped it off. Probably thought, oh, I'll come back and do it. Look at the drips. Oh yeah, I came back. So this one looks like it has Christmas snow sprayed on it, but no, it's paint. So I'm gonna do my best to scrape those and make them look better. I brought my ladder so I can do this part as well. This window over here is not as bad. Let me show you this window. It seems that maybe they came out here and cleaned this one up. So this one is actually pretty good. But this over here, awful, right? Look at that. I know that's falling apart. Don't look at that. But, you know, just the window itself, the paint right there on the corner. Can you see that? It's like, why? And I know it's like you're like, well, the whole sash needs to be replaced and blah, blah, blah. Well, it does. But in the meantime, we can make it look better. So that's what I'm doing. Is that every time I have gone to check the windows and open the drapes and like do all those things, I keep looking for some type of water damage or water getting in somewhere. I mean, this house is, maybe it's the new roof, maybe they fixed all the damage back when they replaced the roof, but like there's no water damage anywhere. Like, it's pretty impressive. All of the wood, even though it's been neglected for, I can't even tell you how long, it's in great shape. No water damage or, you know, I'm kind of shocked by that with this house being as old as it is. Okay, I'm not a rocket scientist, but I'm gonna go on a limb and say it would probably be easier to use some type of a chemical on this than a razor blade, because this is no joke. And I don't know how long this paint has been here, but it's not really budging. Aside from the snow that I got off, that was easy. But like these corners, this paint, oh my God, bro, it's bad. Like, it doesn't want to budge. So we might have to come up with a different plan. Not to mention the fact that, I mean, the window, she's got some problems. So I don't know how necessary this is right now. Kind of just want to take this razor and into the person who did this. But I guess that's frowned upon. What if I just get one done? What if I just get one done? So let me show you something. One pane down, no big deal, right? Only took me, we won't talk about how long it took me. But I got all of the window paint off that looks like this, right? But you see this right here on the window? I know it's hard because of the glare. You see that? You know what that is? That's just dirt. Literally just dirt. Yep, it's that dirty that I have to scrape it off with a razor. It is That's how long it's been. Look at that. Since somebody has cleaned these windows. That's a bummer. That's pretty sad. One pane down, only like a million left to go. But you know what? All good things take time, and she deserves it. She's been neglected for a really long time, so I'm gonna press on. Look at that. Literally, it was just dirt. I mean, some of it was overspray, but like, it was pretty much just dirt. That's wild. But the scraping is for reals. And it's not fun. And if somebody has a better way to do this, you better speak up now so I don't spend my entirety scraping these windows. So, if any advice, please give. Because I'm only 2 panes down. And I got a lot more to go. I came in the house to change out my razor blade, but I just want to show you guys the difference. These are the 2 windows I already did, right? Like normal see-through windows. And then look at these windows. This is the window to the right that I've already done, and the window to the left. Right? It looks like there's some weird film on it. No, just dirt. Just dirt. So, because you can see the top windows look exactly like that. And then the bottom windows are all clear after all my hard work. Just a little elbow grease. That's it. I'm done. Ta-da! Look at that. Okay, so just look at the difference before, right? You can see how bad the windows are up there to what I've done down here to get rid of all of that extra and then cleaned the windows. It's crazy. I still have the front, the top to do, which is up there, right? I still have that to do. You can totally see the difference. And it's not, I mean, it's not just because there's drapes in there, but like, look at the windows. Ugh, so bad. And then look at those. Sorry, got a little crazy. But then look at those. Amazing. But it's getting late and I'm done. It's really hot. It's like 90 something degrees. And I think we are done with this for today. Okay, and one last look of the inside. Look at the windows I haven't done yet compared to the windows I have done. I mean, I'd say that's one hell of a difference. Right? Oh, there goes a car. Look at that. Amazing. Such a difference. Okay, I'm done here for the day. I'm headed home. But I just wanted to do a little recap and tell you guys all the reasons why I actually love this house. I know it seems foolish, but it just seems worth saving to me. It's so full of character, and I just really love it. Every time I come here, it reminds me of, you know, why I wanted to do this. And even though it seems like a lot of hard work for some people, but for me, it's like therapeutic. And I hope this town really rallies and figures out what's going on with the water, because I really like it here. And I would really like to live here in the future, but we shall see what the future holds for us. But as of right now, I'm headed back to Georgetown.
We were hoping to drive the hearse today, but she's broken, which unfortunately seems to be a common trend. So we're going to be taking the mighty Murano today. My chariot awaits. And my personal driver. Let's go, friend.
Me and the mighty Murano.
Your air conditioning is extra chilly today.
I know, isn't it nice? All right.
Let's go. The best days are always spent at the tool store. Especially if the wife is in the car. I gotta buy one of these.
What did you get?
Don't worry about it. I got a bunch of boy stuff. You're gonna need it. Don't worry about it. You're fine.
You're supposed to just get a level.
I got a level.
That's more than a level.
Nope. It's just filler for the bag.
I don't even want to know. I don't want to know.
You're gonna be fine. There's boy stuff in there. Girls aren't even allowed in that store.
Yeah. That's because we don't want to go. Woo!
Yeah, don't hit that.
What?
All right, so the big question is what was your quote to move the house?
Well, the reason why I even thought it was possible was because this woman was moving her house, and it was like a 1,400 square foot house, and she only paid $40,000. So in my mind, this house double that, right? Because it's almost 3,000 square feet. So 80,000, add another 20 because inconvenience, 3 pieces, at least between like $100,000 and $120,000 is what I was thinking. My quote crushed all my hopes and dreams. It was between $350,000 and $400,000 just to move it. And that wasn't land work, that wasn't the land, the property, the nothing, that was just the moving price. So that's not gonna happen. So here we are, back to work, in the same place, in the same location, won't be moving it. Pray that somehow they get the water situation fixed and we just press on.
Yeah, so now that we have a more secure game plan, we're gonna move on with more exciting things. So I mean, and again, we're not really pressing to move into the house at the moment anyway. We have another house we have to sell, and we got 2 freeloaders at the house we have to get rid of, so.
There are children, adult children.
Non-rent payers.
Non-rent payers, true.
Right, so when we post stuff on here, it does tend to set the interwebs on fire a little bit here. So some people had many theories about the staircase and the window. I've also had somebody actually mention the newel post to wonder if it disassembles. So I want to look at that. But we're going to finally pull the cover off that window and do a little digging. Now, what we were kind of thinking is our, probably most logical theory is the house was built in either 3 to 4 stages. We think, simply because of the window and the weird door, that the house was 1 story at one time. And then they added on, and then at some point, which would have been an add-on on the stairs, the 2nd floor, and then added on. We also find that the spirits like to turn the camera off without a warning, so can you guys please give us a minute? Appreciate it. Anyways, we're gonna, well, whatever. Oh, there's the rooster.
There's the rooster.
Put that thing in a crock pot. So here's the newel post. Insert amazing sound effects here. Given on the construction, and this thing is actually God, this thing has no wobble at all. That sucker is very stoutly built. But I don't see a spot where anything would come apart.
No, it doesn't.
See, this is why you don't believe things on the internet.
No, some of them do. I I've seen some of them come apart and they have a secret compartment, but they're usually thinner than that, or they usually have a piece like this, but this is all one piece. And it wasn't even wired for a light, because a lot of times they would have a light here. It wasn't even wired for a light, or it's been replaced. It might not be the original.
I mean, it does match the yonders up there.
But normally they would have a light here, but who knows? But it's definitely one piece. I don't think this was, no, not decorative, not fancy enough.
Alrighty, well, let us, as the inquiring mind want to know. Oh, I'm thinking happy that stupid little clown from Saw didn't jump out and get me. But yeah, let's yank that sucker out. Because I want to know.
You need the gun, the drill gun.
Oh, fantastic. So far improvements have been made. Ma'am?
Are you using the water?
Well, I wanted to see if it worked.
Oh, don't use the water.
Doesn't smell weird.
Does it look weird?
No, it was even clear. There was no chunks, no nothing.
Okay.
I mean, if it came out looking like gravy, I'd be concerned.
Screw that.
Right.
I think there's a window there.
Well, of course there's a window there.
No, but I mean, I think the glass is still intact.
Oh,
I think it's a window, but I do think it's got plywood on both sides. So there's one here and there's one on the other side, on the outside.
Well, yeah, there's definitely one on the outside. We can see that one, but our bet is we think the glass is actually still there, which I would probably 100% imagine that's going to be accurate.
Yes. You want to bet money? You want to bet lunch?
Yeah, absolutely. What's your bet?
My bet is that the window is still there, intact. But you agree with me, so you don't want to take the bet.
Well, that's my theory as well. So I'll go ahead and I'll just go ahead and take the fool's bet and say there's wood there, only because that way if I lose, I get to pick where we're gonna eat.
Fine, get the gun.
Oh my God.
One of the team members. The team member that has the tools.
Yeah, somebody forgot the screw gun, which we need all day. Yeah, I'm headed to the Ace Hardware because I need a drill. Oh, and yes, I changed outfits to take photos, so I don't generally look like Ranger Johnson from Yogi Bear, but today, hey, why not?
Well, some of us were working while you went to go get another screw gun.
I got no screw gun.
I don't even want to know how much that costs.
It's best if you don't ask, but we better hurry because it's getting hot in here. All right, do you want to do the honors, friend?
Fine, get out of my way.
I know you know how to push buttons.
Oh my God. They're like barely in there. Okay, before I take this off, why would you not want a window in your closet? Like, why?
Why would you cover it up? I don't know. It's weird to me too.
I'm assuming it was causing them a draft because, you know, no heat or cooling. So I'm assuming that was the problem.
I don't know. There's many theories. I heard one that this might be the butler's office.
I need like a crowbar thingamabobber because it's warped.
Okay, hang on. Try that.
Where?
Oh, I don't know.
No, I need something smaller. I need some. Get out of my way.
Find a screwdriver?
You're gonna get shanked.
It is, be fine. Play dramatic music here. Boom, 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 boom.
Maybe.
Oh, what's the matter? Your little girl hands can't do it? You need help? Oh. And a window.
You... There's glass. So, oh yeah, it goes all the way up. I guess.
Yeah, up past the floor, right?
Yeah. So somebody was right when they said that was there, this was added later. But there's still plywood on the other side we gotta go. But yeah, look, it goes all the way up.
Yeah, so the top portion is hidden by the wall.
The stairs.
The stairs? Yeah, maybe even above the top of the stairs.
It probably goes up to where like the foot of the stairwell is right there.
Well, now we should take the outside off.
Yeah, duh.
All right, let's go do that.
Phew. Oh my God, it's so fucking hot.
And then apparently we're gonna go to lunch. I win. Oh, actually,
No, we're not.
She won. Who won?
You are gonna do some work. I'm in here scraping windows, sweating. You're gonna do something.
Well, I was out meeting the locals. I was doing PR at the Ace Hardware.
I got buzzed.
It was a skeeter.
I was trying to... Oh, don't forget the screen. Here, do you need a screwdriver?
Yeah, again, why do you need a screen and a piece of plywood?
Let me change vantage points. And also to be in the shade. What's the matter?
Well, this isn't so easy. It's got like 5 billion screws in it, and it's all caulked in there.
Oh, those aren't screws, those are nails.
Well, those ones are nails, but these little screw-shaped screws are screws.
Oh, So what? We're doing it.
Ugh.
We're doing it.
Do you care to point out what you've discovered?
Whenever I leave you alone to do something, you find a way to make it just ever so magical. So we're out here taking off this window, and he made this beautiful concrete curb for the gutters that don't work, and you know, trying to button up the leak. And I noticed that he inscribed our last name in the concrete, but had a problem spelling Anderson. How do you forget the D?
How do you forget to spell your own name you've had for 53 years? I don't know. But apparently, I'm not giving anybody the D today.
That's painful.
So yes, from here up to the top is the staircase landing. It's definitely a little hard to see because the window's so dirty. But yeah, I would say it goes up into the next landing, which I think does prove our theory that the staircase was here after the window. The mystery continues. You can't even see through this glass. Yeah, can't see this thing at all. All right, so the house leveling guy quoted us a price of 12 grand to level the house. Now, he didn't come inside the house, he just walked around outside, and that's the number he came up with. Which, mind you, I've never leveled the house, and what do I know? But it seemed a little high to me is what I would anticipate, because the house doesn't seem to be that out of square. So, went and bought a new laser level. This guy here. So, let's see how far out of whack the house actually is. So as we can see, we're pretty good. We're appears to be a little low on this end. Well, in fact, no, a little high on this end, a little low on this end. So, which is interesting because I felt it would have been different. So, let's crack this thing open. So, here's the level. And that is where it goes on the square here, the laser. Which, sure the hell can't read that, but it's over here on this side. You can actually see we are 2 inches out. Yeah, that's a heck of a lot more than I can feel walking anyway. So, the question is that high or this low? I don't know. Let's check the other end. So from there to here, so from the center to this side, it looks like that we are, I don't know, about 1/4 inch high on this end here. So this is the wall to the kitchen. So the whole house is slanted that direction. So from right here, which is the kitchen wall, to that, which is the front wall, the whole house drops down, which would appear to be pretty consistently 2 inches all the way. So the question is that really necessarily a problem? So if you walk around, and I stomp here, wood. Over here, you can tell it's wood. But here, in between these two posts, it's as solid as a rock. I bet you this is probably the core of the house, which is probably block or something. I mean, I don't think the pillars are structural, but I don't know, maybe they are. So let's use this as a center reference. So from here, over here, over to here, we are actually dead level. There to there, which is about 12 feet, we are off by an inch. And then from there to here, which is about 8 more feet, we are off by another inch. Looks like this entire corner really is the problem area that's sinking down. So I don't think it's that good. I don't think it's worth 12 grand to fix. How's that? Plus, I don't think it's bad enough to really even bother me that much because you can't feel it walking by. So. You look warm, my friend. All right. Well, the only flashlight I have is my cell phone, so that's not working for crapola. And I'm not going back to AC to flashlight. So, We have to make some random guesses at this point. Although it's pretty solid under there, aside for the cinder blocks and whatever lives under there. But you can see somebody poured pilings at some point, and they leveled it at some point, who knows when. So it looks like all the infrastructure is there, just needs to be a little tweaking. So I think it's gonna be all right. So this is on the windowsill out here on the what do you want to call it? We're actually high on this side, which tells me this corner here is probably our problem point. Yeah, I mean that's not much to get worried about, really. So I'll remove this and see what's in this corner here. Yeah, I mean honestly, for the most part, I'm really not overly concerned with this thing being level or out of level. It's so slight in the scheme of things. I mean, from this wall, just the front of the house, to the back wall of the kitchen, it's, I don't know, probably roughly 50 feet. And it's off by about 2 inches. That doesn't bother me. You can't feel it when you're walking, so I'm gonna get real excited, but I think I'll pull all the skirting off the whole outside of the house and level all of that as a starting point. But because that I can do by myself without having to go into the house and see the creepy, scary stuff. Scott only knows what's under there, you know, Chupacabra, that clown from you know, Saw, and everything else. It just, I don't want to do that. Give me a panic attack thinking about it. But so this I can live with. So digging through this cabinet here, we found this folder full of paperwork, and this right here is the contract for the last time this house was leveled in 1995. It was $28.90, so it's gone up just a little bit, but it shows about putting the concrete pillars in and everything else in there. So of all the days to find that, it's kind of amazing that today was the day. It doesn't help me, but you know, it is what it is. But it does say that the entire house leans to the left, and apparently it's been like that way at least since 1995. They leveled it to within a reasonable, you know, thing. So based on this, I don't think this house has really moved very much since then. So that's actually kind of a good note. So
That's insanity.
yeah, so I mean, really the house hasn't moved. Based on that, the house really hasn't moved since it was done.
The left front quarter bay window is high and wood is wrapped, but shafts may not be allowed to level. Wait, it says will shim existing concrete piers. So the piers were already here.
Oh yeah, they were here a long time ago.
Is required with metal or hardwood. An additional 20 concrete pier blocks with pads will be installed.
Right. So that was all done apparently.
Did you hear that?
Yeah.
What was it?
I don't know.
Did you close the back door? Why'd you close that pocket door? Now I can't see anything. Well, this door's open too.
Did you close this door or did it close on its own?
I closed it a little bit.
Alright, so probably just the wind moving it. I'm sure it's not haunted or anything.
Sure. All right, let me look at those pictures.
So while Laura's looking at poltergeists, just, oh my god, I just scared the shit out of myself walking past that goddamn mirror. Lord. On a stack of pictures in the bureau as well, so.
Okay, so little side project. We have this light fixture in the front room, library, and it has, I don't know how old it is. It's really cool looking though, and it's got these really neat little chandelier, these little crystals. I'm gonna keep it, and it has these neat little shades that are new. I mean, they're not old, but look how cool this light bulb is, by the way. Sidebar. Look how neat it is. Anyways, I'm gonna take these and I'm gonna paint the inside gold and the outside black. And then I'm gonna put them back up there and it's gonna look epic. So, little side decor project. And we're probably going to coffer the ceilings in here to hide this very, very, very poor job of drywall. And do some really neat crown molding and just give it back the character it deserves.
Alrighty, so as we know, the house is drywalled, 95-ish, best we can tell. The question is, what is underneath the drywall?
I don't know if I want to find out.
Well,
it's gonna have a bunch of screws in it.
Well, yes, but if we go into the front room, the big drywall crack, I mean, we got to patch this anyway, above the window. So how about we just pull that chunk off?
What?
And see what's under it. Which I know sounds
Messy.
like an absolutely crazy idea. However,
I'm waiting for it.
no, I'm trying to think of some rational that would make sense to do that, because so far I can't think of anything. Right, so let's just kind of do it. It's the worst drywall I've ever seen. Oh.
What are you doing?
Oh, this is even attached. So, what do you think's under here?
What's not attached?
It's drywall.
Oh my God, are you
attached.
serious?
I found it this way.
What do I think is underneath it?
Yes, what do you think is underneath?
Planks.
You think there's planks?
Planks. Big wide planks. Am I wrong?
Let's find out.
Okay. Big wide planks.
Yeah.
So now I have another question then. If it's big wide planks and they put drywall over it, what was there before they put the drywall?
Probably canvas. I don't know. You got shiplap. We better call Joanna. She'll be impressed.
She will. I'm not impressed with that piece of drywall, by the way.
No, that was the worst drywall I've ever seen.
It's aiming towards me, not you.
Yeah, I think that's how it films.
Oh, I thought you were trying to.
She's new. But yes, as suspected, we are. I mean, that's 6 inches.
Wow.
By about an inch thick. I mean, this is super stout. Nothing knocked back. That's always good. I like that little tin patch.
Why?
I don't know.
Can we stop taking pieces apart? Because everything you take apart, I have to put back.
Right, this is true. However, look how thick the casing is. 3/4, maybe 1 inch. And it's covered up with this 3/8 drywall. I don't know. I mean, if you're going to paint the walls dark.
No. They would have never had exposed beams in this age of this house. No. I won't do that. Plus, then you have no decorating things. You got a bunch of nail holes. I'm not interested in that. This isn't a country beach house with shiplap. This is a Victorian home. No, I don't want it. Thank you. You're going to have to put the drywall
But
back
the
up.
people in Galveston, that's what they do.
I don't care what they do. This is not Galveston. We're not by the beach. This is not a beach house. This is a classic Victorian, and we're not doing that. It looks cheap. Looks cheap. I don't care what your opinion is.
That's the reality.
Yes, that is the reality. Invalid.
All right, this is your. Let's keep going.
Yeah.
I'll find some nails.
I want to move the furniture.
I'm gonna find some nails, put that back, and we'll move the furniture.
Well, there's.
The sun, she burned my soul.
I'm done sweating for today.
Yep. So we're heading back home. Although we did find a lot of interesting things, but as we find, the more answers we find, the more questions we have. So we found a big stack of pictures, which I'll try to scan into the computer so you can see what this thing looked like.
But I found the answer to my fireplace question that I lost sleep over, that I didn't understand where the fireplace was that was in the front room, because it is gone, 100% gone. We found pictures of it.
Yeah, it is nowhere to be found. So the one that we have dragged out there, that one was the I don't know, whatever the room is, the room to the right, the library, office, den, rumpus room, whatever you call it, the room on the right. It goes in there. It went in there, and it's now moved. So we have that one. And then the one that we had that looked like somebody was refinishing, that was actually used to be painted green, and that was in the master bedroom.
Master bedroom, right.
So those two are accounted for, but the one that was in the living room, which was very, very nice looking.
Very ornate, epic.
Gone.
Looked like a huge piece of furniture, was gorgeous. Gone. Don't know where it is.
Yeah, so
Gone.
so we don't know if the previous owners ever put it back ever. I don't know where it would have went.
I'm assuming maybe it fell apart when they were taking it apart. I don't know. It was beautiful.
Yeah.
It's a shame. But we'll do our best to find something and replace it that looks similar. But it was nice to see those pictures, because I really was wondering what it looked like before. And it answered the question about the wallpaper and the fabric that was on the walls, and there was nothing else, which is why they drywalled. So many things make sense. And then, yeah, the window in the closet that was boarded up on the inside and outside. I don't know. I guess the only reason I can think of to be boarded up is because there was a draft. It was cold, or because they didn't have central furnace or air conditioning. In the 30 years that they lived there, they didn't think to do that, but it's fine. It's fine.
Yeah, I don't know. But anyways, we'll try to fill you in. I kind of feel like an asshole.